I'm Jeff Hornlien, cosplayer, lead guitarist for Anthems for Autumn, and singer-songwriter guitarist for the Jeff Hornlien Project.
Hi, I'm James Hannon, author of Anatomy of a Cosplayer, Tales from Behind the Mask. And I'm here with one of my closest friends, Jeff Hornlien. And we're going to be talking about his Han Solo, his Riddler, and how the Legion of SuperVillains got started, and why he's rubbing my face.
Yeah, his good side needs a little love today. I got started in cosplaying purely by accident. My good friend James Hannon asked me to try on this Han Solo costume that he had, and it was sitting on a mannequin, and he thought I would be a good candidate to fit the costume and play the part. Um, we proceeded to go to the 501st parade in Tom's River, and we had a great time and made some new friends. And the camaraderie was amazing, so that really started it, I think, for both of us. Well, we mentioned the Han Solo costume, so that's one. Well, I have a Riddler costume that James and I were putting together, and we were very happy with the difference in most Riddler costumes compared to ours. A little more dressed up. And we all have several in the making that we're kind of trying out right now. One's possibly going to be a Paul Stanley to match James's Ace Frehley or Tommy Thayer, whichever one you prefer. The Legion of SuperVillains idea started November 2012. Um, you know what? Let me just make sure I get my facts straight. I got a copy of Anatomy of a Cosplayer. I'm going to read it in James's text. All right. The idea for the supervillains costumes began back in November 2012 when Jeff Hornline and I attended a local convention called Toys on the Hudson. We ran into a cosplayer named Robert James MacArthur who was in a band called the Super Friends. The band dressed up as heroes from DC Comics and had a decent sized following. At the time, Jeff was in a band called the Rift Surfers and I was their manager. We discussed coming up with a gimmick for another band called the Legion of Doom, where the members dressed up as DC supervillains. Jeff and I had a running gag at the time where I called him the Riddler because he drove a bright green car for his job at ServPro, which we called the Riddler Mobile. I took a lot of heat for that. And I always threatened to put question mark magnets all over it. Yeah, I was waiting for the day I would come out one day after being at his house and see Riddler magnets, question marks all over it. The costume was relatively easy to make with iron-on question marks from Amazon, so naturally Jeff became the Riddler. And James got his Captain Cold, Jackie got her Mrs. Cold, and we started recruiting, and the rest is history. My favorite costume experience was in New Brunswick, New Jersey at the State Theater, the one-man Star Wars show. I believe it was Marty Miller showed up in a really good Chewbacca outfit. So there was Han Solo, Chewbacca, kids loved it. Everybody wanted to take pictures with us. And the whole time I was looking up at this guy. And it was really an awesome time. I cosplay because James Hannon makes me. No, I'm just kidding. I have a great time. Um, if it's hanging out with my friends, the camaraderie, meeting new people, um, a lot of times at the free comic book day troops, the kids just love it. Even though we are villains and they tend to gravitate toward the superheroes, you get a couple of kids. I see some future supervillains that we're gonna have to recruit at some point. And that's pretty much why we do it. And speaking of kids that we're recruiting, my daughter Nikki is now going to be part of the team. She's a part of the SuperVillains, and we're looking forward to seeing some of her new costumes come up. So outside of costuming, I have a whole nother life. I'm a musician, guitarist for Anthems for Autumn. I write a lot of songs. I have my own project, the Jeff Hornlien project. And actually, you know what? That album's going to be coming out soon. And let me play you a little. Why don't I just show you? Future of costuming for me, I would like to obviously attend more events, do a little more recruiting, and also passing the torch to my daughter Nikki, who is very interested in taking the torch, which would be great. And a new generation of costumers and cosplayers, and building our group. Becoming a force to be reckoned with. When I'm asked if I'm a cosplayer or costumer, what's the difference? I think that people should just come to the events, wear what they want to wear, have a great time. That's what it's all about. I'm ready.
What are you doing with the head?
He needs a little love.
What?